starting with deleting the list, but first I just check, because I sometimes add some lower ADR stocks as well. So I guess I could sort them by ADR actually. I could do that. So then I only go through the ones with lower ADR. So they're still pretty high list. Now we're already at 5. But I trade about 10 mostly at the moment. So I'm gonna flag the ones. Oh, this one really down. Okay, what happened? That's interesting to me. I need to know the news on that one, so I'm gonna flag it in case it's interesting. So ADR is at 6, 7. These kind of like not setting up, but they're at lower pivots. Well, maybe not, but it could be like retesting the 5 and 5 SMA, or the lower pivot like here. It's been very efficient to buy the lower range or the pullback. So for example, here you would buy down here instead of buying the breakout. For me, both have worked, but it really depends on volume and what type of setup. Is it coming from? Like, is it one of the stronger ones? The breakouts actually kind of work still, if it's in the right group. For example, this one. This one I'll keep. I think I'm gonna keep this. I think this sector, crypto treasuries might get going soon. I bought this one instead of this. I'm quite annoyed. Got stopped out, and the other one like is up. This one is up like 10-15%. And the other one was I was stopped out of. Anyhow, okay, that's enough. Or maybe this one. This can go to a few more days. Okay. Now, sorting by flag, I'm gonna mark all the ones that are not flagged, delete those, select all and unflag. There's quite a lot of stocks here actually. Are they setting up really? Maybe. This one, yeah. This one, maybe. This one I'm interested in to research. Okay, I'll allow them. What else? Okay, yeah, now let's go through the few more days one. This one needs to be deleted because I already own it. And this one is interesting at IPO pivot or VWAP, the green one. And it's also in the lower range, kind of, if this was the range and not here. So if this part is the range, it's actually the lower range. I'll do something like this. Just put an alert in here on this line. And it can be in here. This one has been really strong. It even hit the Icarus line, and then often just like Donchian channels, like trend following, like true trend following, they bought the new high in the Donchian channel, but I found it's better to buy weakness after the new high. I don't have it, here. So for example, if this was, then we wouldn't buy, like actually here would have worked, but you would buy the first pullback after hitting the new high. And I think this one is only, it's 55, okay. Days average. Anyhow, so I do like to buy here then. And in this case here, right? So that's actually quite effective normally. So that's why I haven't looked at Donchian's channels for like a year or more, but I learned the principle. And so this is actually setting up quite well. So this one actually go up here instead. Let's go back to it. And we're also gonna add I need to add a line. What's wrong? Okay. Alert. I don't know about the sector actually. Don't I have relative somewhere? I should. Okay, let's see. Member of. Maybe I can put that here. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna move this. Oh, I had it there. Okay. I'm gonna do like this. Delete that. I need to save layout. Okay. Like the group is so important to me, so I really need, like, unless there's a specific news, I really need the mood to be part of a group. Like I'm really uninterested if it's not. How can I pause this? Okay, hold on, I need to check a mail. 1 second. Okay. Still deleting. Where are we? Wait, this looks weird. Okay, yeah. Here we are. Oh, it's so nice to don't have any moving averages, actually. Anyhow, this one's so difficult to buy. I really liked like Peter Lynch it. Like I really like this device, and I like the sponsor. I really believe in it. It's up over 1,000%, but it's so high up. It's almost impossible to buy for me, and I know a way to buy it. Just like a small pullback, like that's all you're gonna get. So I guess a pivot below and then up again above 5 SMA could be one way, or just the low of the day. Just try to buy a low of the day any day. Or if you get like this is not a big pullback, but it's as big pullback you're gonna get. It's like 14-15% in a 13% range. So it's like less than one, a bit more than the average daily range in this pullback. Here we have 20, something like 20. It's so tight, it's difficult to buy, and it's easy to miss. I mean, you have to just focus on it, I think. So you could do a smaller box, like just make it simple, do something like this, and then you're gonna put an alert here. It would also be around the 10 SMA. So maybe now it's actually gonna break out. I'm gonna make that green like this, and actually I'm gonna make it like this, so it's different, because I don't normally do it like this, so I'm gonna indicate that with a different style that I never use for this. Okay, I'm gonna move it up there. Yeah, this sector treasuries might start. So I'm gonna put in an alert here, just above a few days range closes, just to get alerted. And this one, where am I interested in it? Maybe above there. So notice that's a black line. So green means buy, black means just alert. Okay, now I'm ready to go through the scan. Let's do the higher ADR% one. We have at the moment 11 ADR%, $17 million within last 3 bars, and just price above 40 cents, just to get rid of some. Like, it's still gonna be lower price stocks in here, but like just the lowest ones, I found it's good for me to not have them included. So even with 11, I get quite a lot of stocks, so I'm gonna actually increase this even further. 55 is fine. It's quite a lot, but anyhow. So I'm now sorting them by previous day move, and let me see if that's correct. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, that's fine. Now it's including. This is a problem. It's including today. I have to shift this all the time. Let's see if this is correct. Yeah, it is. Because this is 11th. Yeah. Okay. So I had to change it to look back. Anyhow, now it's sorted by least. What you can do is actually skip the first one, but I'm just interested in them, so I'm just gonna look at it. Normally I would look up like the news in the top ones. So I'm gonna open the stockcatalyst.com and go at top pre-market movers and see if I can find news. Because it's a fast way to not like write it in. The other way I do is I actually use Twitter and just search the ticker. So it had an EPS, it had earnings. So that's a significant EPS beat. Low flow. This is an EP. I missed that one. Let's try it out here before 300%. 1, 2, 3, 4 for 5 days move, and it's a lot of volume over here. That's more or less the same level, right? I'm going to I think this is 30 minutes with pre-market on. Yeah, and I marked low and high of the moves after 4, and sometimes I ignore this part to get the range here. One could have also create one down here. So this was all in post market actually. And it faded nicely 40% from the top of this pre-market, early pre-market. Here it's open. Okay, so this is correct. This would be the low of the range for this day. It opens here, and that's the high of the range. And it's almost a 50% range, I think. Yeah, so we can put an alert here. And then I think I'm putting several alerts. Where is it? I can't, oh, there. Also flagged it. TGL, so that regains Nasdaq compliance. So that's very often a very big move from that. However, I don't have a way to trade those. I want something else. So that's, I could study that, but I haven't. So if I studied it, perhaps I could trade it. It's very common to have that round one and then following by a really big move. I mean, it's very common. I often like that so it's down a lot. They get the compliance thing. They arrange that, and then you have some extra news that I have set up for. Here it's more difficult, and this is also post market. Anyhow, I'm gonna mark the low and high of the pre-market after on this day, which starts here. Equally, it's almost 50% as the other one in the pullback. So if there was more news, I would be interested. I'm still gonna move it into the list. I just set an alert here. See, it's a lot of work. What we're doing is marking levels of interest, which I found to be important. They can be important. And then also trying to find a pivot where I'm comfortable buying. So in this case, I think a pivot could be here. Actually, the pivot is actually at the same place, but green is normally my it means pi. Sometimes I don't. It will suffice with the level marker, interest level marker for an alert as well. But to make it more clear for myself, and sometimes add the green as well. Just one tick above or something like that. Okay, this is gonna take a long time. Oh, I have it as select. Okay. Let's see, I have this one here. No, it's not here. Yo, there it is. Okay, let's see what this is. There are some news. Oh, more. I can say that. More. What happened? Some app open, like some weird app open in my computer that I never, and then oh, that's weird. I wonder if I have some shit on the computer. Now everything is stuck. I wonder what happened. Trying to close my app. Well, several things crashed. The fan is going crazy. I wonder what that was. That's interesting. Some AI. So it's a loan thing with AI. %99 accuracy. So that already happened yesterday, I think. So now already 9th. So here. So we kind of missed that, but can we find a pivot? And I think we can, perhaps. So this will really depend on how it plays out in the open. Oh, we had an old one already here. Why do we have two? Volume is like way low. This one I shared on this day around here. Actually, around here. Of course, it needs to pull back some. I made some split here. Everything gets messed up. This one we don't normally need. I just noticed that thing. Gonna make it lighter. So, where do we have the pivots? This will also be the low. Of the pre-market range. So let's say we have two pivots here, one on the high of the pre-market range and one at the 50% of this candle. So I use the quadrant lines as it's fast to do, but you can do that in TradingView. You can set the fib tool to do 50%, and that will be the same. So I'm just GAN used the quadrant lines, and I think it's a simpler idea than fibs. Similar idea, but just simpler, more effective. in so many ways. Fibs works as well, but this works better in my experience. What's the name of this? SPHL. Oh, OPED had some news. I'm just gonna add that. Okay. I can't find this one. I'm skipping it. Just adding it to the IPO list. Interesting, it did hit the IPO VWAP, and then phew. So that's quite interesting to me. We look at the close. I mean, the close is the most important, one of the most important parts. If you ask Paul Tudor Jones, if you ask Paul David Paul, the highest candle of the lower range and the lowest, no, the low of the high of the lowest the high of the lowest candle and the low of the highest candle in the range are the most important parts of a chart. I'd add and the close, especially days on volume. So this is also working as the high of the pre-market range. No, I don't want an alert there. Well, okay, let's put one. Alert here, alert there, alert everywhere. I have no idea what the news were, but I like the pivot. Not sure not sure what to do with this setup. Like, not really my style of pivot, but we can put it in a few more days. This one's strong. 1, 2, 3 up. Open, so nice. Unfortunately, I was stopped out in one account on open. Actually, 2 accounts. I only have it in one. Quite annoying. It's up like 30-40% from the close. I think 35. Okay. Strong news. Can't see it in my news for some reasons. I'm gonna just fetch it from added a CEO of Shop. I can't find the news. Okay. I'm just gonna no, that's not what I copied, is it? Could go even more bananas, so even though I own it, I'm adding it. This is so strong. They did a Hyperliquid Treasury, and that's moving pretty nicely. It's been one of the stronger ones of the ones I follow. Where is it? Hype USD. It's not strong today, but it's been strong. So we can add that to a few more days. This one has Solana Treasury. It's interesting, the move and then the pullback to the 5 SMA around here. 5 daily SMA. So that becomes interesting. I'm gonna move this pivot, not pivot, pre and post market. I think it's here. What to do with this? We need to find the close, which is around, well, it's exactly here. So that's gonna be my main pivot. This was my old pivot, and now I'll keep it. No, I'll delete that. Just added it to a list. I'm not sure I had it before. This was interesting. No, we already had that. What happened? Nice. I wonder what the news was. don't understand what they're saying. I'll ignore this one. Something about chapter 11. Wait. Seems a bit suspicious. Thought this was some steel. Oh, it is steel, yeah. That's a big candle. I could punish shorts in both of those names. It's a bit outside my wheelhouse, but I do find them pretty effective actually, especially in this market. Let me just put a line down here. I think this is the same, but I think soon actually longs will be punished instead, because this is working too well. So just gonna set some alerts there. Okay, from Twitter, so don't know like how factual this is gonna be. Wait, I had something. This is 2023. Okay, so that's to be ignored, but this will be my main pivot here. Don't know what to do with this. Oh, we're not even halfway. I'm trying to be a bit faster, and that means I'm gonna ignore and miss a few good ones. This one I already have, I think. I'm gonna move that a bit higher though. And this one does look nice, but it's a pretty high up. This was my biggest winner ever. I think. Track it over 2,000 move, and I got the whole move. Of course, this one's gonna be quite interesting. Wait, I should have kept it here. Might have moved it wrong, but I need one here. 9.11. Then I need one at now this chart looks like shit, but I don't care. I already have an alert there. It's more than one steel stock. Old pivot can still be relevant. It's crazy it's still up there. Just skipping a few things because time. I was too slow earlier. This one I kind of like. Some type of crypto mining. There's no great pivot for me here. Of course, also treasury here, right? There's a lot of stocks in this list. Oh no, we're almost done. But this one has been weird. Killing people. I mean, this one should be faded, right? Damn, Short's gonna cry if this continues to work. Damn. Wait, move to list IPO 2024. Whoa. What was the news? Treasury? I think this is a void for the longs. Okay, that's it. And like, if I had a lot of time, I would look through. This one is the same scan, but ADR 850 to 1050 in this case. To find some low, like it's still very high, low ones looking fantastic. And maybe actually this one kind of does. Oh, fantastic, it's the wrong word, but there's something there. Just put an alert in. Palantir seems to be in here. This one is related to UUU, I think. It does have a pivot up here. This one could like climb and retake the 200, but I don't know, man. I just deleted it before when we started this session. Whoa, what's here? I can put that in there. I think you can continue, but it's so high up. Whoa. Okay, so we're done with that, and that's it. We look at the flagged ones. These are all crazy ones, right? Oh, this one already moved. Well, we do like this one. So this we'll put in today list as well. I have a today list here. Just move it, drag and drop. And like now I can't chase it. But in pre-market one really could have traded above this pivot. Like you see, it did move from 339 to 630. That's almost 100%. Is my counting completely off? 89, yeah. Okay, so really no idea to chase that one. This one is interesting. This one, of course. This one I already own a bit. This one I like the news on. This is just a regular, like a more regular thing. This one as well. So like me, of course this is very speculative, but not as the other ones here. Tiger could be in the low range here. Let's find the pivots. I like this one for the low of the range. Just need to check that there's nothing in the news that are like really bad and something new. But I do like it. I think it has some fundamentals to back. Also the group. It's rolling over a bit, okay. Maybe create like a head structure. I think it's mostly like building like a handle to the cup. So in TC you can't really do round for like cups. But wait, how do I do this? So let's just make it quite big. So let's say this is the cup and then this is the handle. You can ignore one when we draw a line, like I don't draw that many trend lines because they're so subjective, but in this case we are aware of the subjective nature and just want to get an alert if it pivots above. And then when you draw like this, you can ignore the first, not this one, but you can ignore the first one here, usually. And drag through this one, the second one, then you get a good line. That's not like a necessarily buyable trend line, but it's an alertable trend line. I don't even know if that's a word in English, but in Swedish it would be. We can recreate any word from 2 words or bending it. I'm not sure you can in English. Anyhow, that one was added just because of that, and I read somewhere that it has pretty good fundamentals. Let me check, but it's China stocks, you never know. Fundamentals analysis for Tiger, please. So can it maintain growth or not? What? So I'm asking ChatGPT, what is the trajectory of growth as on a curve? So it's bending back upward, but but at a steadier pace, and not as parabolic as the COVID around COVID years. Sort of interesting. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna finish the video here, and this was just like a process work video, and you see, like, I don't always have the time to do all of this. And then, as you saw at the latter parts of the video, not at the end, but the latter part, I was a bit quicker, and that's my more regular like pace if I have less time. Sometimes I don't even have that time, and then I just watch my present positions and the themes, and so see if there's anything in the themes. I have my themes list with interesting stocks. At the moment it's 220. I sort it by percent change to see if there's a theme moving today. That's 2 drones. I lag. Not sure if it has something else, but building materials. This is definitely a treasury stock. This I don't know. This is treasury. Yeah, so there's another Sina is another drone. So we have 3 drones. So drones will be one of the themes, it looks like. And we'll see later on during the day. But that means we could move a few of those to the today list. And we can actually change over to the trading view, not trading view, my trading view, where you can see here are my today things, and I'm gonna put the second, this one's the highest, and I also already have one, and not in my flag I think, but I think I have this one here, so I'm going to flag that one because I like the pivot here. This one already went. So let's see if there are any news in there actually. So our cat. Yeah, we have a news. So let's mark. Just delete that. You know what? I'm going to do one more. But lower grade, so lighter. Just gonna delete this one over here. Very precise. Okay, so it's a good thing. Like when I look at my themes list, I kind of know what all of these names are. I don't know this one well, not this one, but I kind of know what sector they're in, if they had any news. I don't remember this one. So some of them I forgot. This one, don't know. Data centers China. Well, actually, it looks pretty good if you would draw the trend line. But it has a VCP, right? Maybe 1, 2, 3. Like a big VCP on a weekly. So it looks quite fresh, actually. Let's mark up that. I've seen a few. No. I've seen other stocks in that category looking good. So it's quite it's a quite strict process, but then actually the themes one is also strict, but that one has some trying to capture some dynamic intra-market ideas. So finding the rotation and the relations. This I learned from Livermore and Kolamagi. Like it's so important to group thing, staying a bit flexible, rotating, flowing with the market and not against it, right? That's the principle. Okay, anyhow, enough rambling. That's the video or the stream, depending on where you see it or hear it. See you in the next one. Ask me questions on @kulturdesken with a K and EN at the end on desk.